ball isn't hooking is add some surface.
Right on time.
No surface is gonna get it back from there. Okay, this is not that hard. I got it, this is not hard. This is not hard. I should be looking at this camera though.
Yeah, right at the camera.
Oh, God. What's up, guys? All right, 20th time's a charm. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about how to get the most out of your practice. As many of you probably know, I do have tendon damage in my right wrist, and I recently switched to the Sarge Easter grip. So now more than ever, I have to focus on quality over quantity in my practice sessions. Let's get into some things that I do now to practice more effectively. All right, so the first step of my practice sessions nowadays is making sure that my wrist is secure. I use any form of KT tape now to put up my arm and wrap around my wrist just to make sure that it's held in place. Perfect, beautiful. Another thing that I make sure that I do every time I practice, especially in a new center, is make sure that my shoes are in order. I have the right slide pad and heel on. I take a couple of test slides just to make sure. When I do check the approach, I make sure that I slide in different zones because depending on if I'm shooting strikes or spares, I have to line up on different parts of the approach. Once my tape is on, my shoes are checked, the approach is all good, now I just start warming up. I take it really, really slow at first, make sure that I'm throwing the ball at the slowest speed humanly possible for me. So I have to make sure that my thumb doesn't need any additional tape or any adjusting. And then, like I said, just taking really, really slow, small steps. Perfect. When I am warming up, I make sure that I'm focused on the items that I'm actually worried about during that practice rather than where the ball is going or the score. Once my wrist starts feeling like it's a little bit more warmed up, I'm able to add a little bit more speed to the ball. So in these couple of throws, although the ball was slower, it still wasn't hooking a ton, so I'm gonna move my feet a few right and see what I can get the ball to do from there. Off of that shot, I was able to see that the ball did move closer to the pocket there. I'm probably able to make a couple more board adjustment farther right to make sure that the ball gets there. That was really outside. As you guys can see, I'm having a little bit of trouble hooking the ball, and in today's practice, I'm really focused on not forcing the ball, trying to let the ball roll. And because the Deviate mantra is meant for a little bit drier lane conditions and there's quite a bit of oil on this lane, I'm gonna switch to something a little bit stronger like the Mesmerize. I'm still gonna be lining up around the same spot, really close to 15. So I am a speed dominant player and I do struggle, especially when there's a little bit of oil on the lane. Another thing that I might have to do during practices if the ball isn't hooking is add some surface.
Right on time.
Awesome. No surface is gonna get it back from there. I feel like that just has to stay in. I said what I said there. Let's actually see what this ball is doing now. I'm still having a little bit of trouble trying to hook this more aggressive ball out here. There's quite a bit of oil on this lane. So I'm gonna use some surface to my advantage at this point and try to bring this back to a dull finish. I bowled quite a few games on it. It has quite a bit of lane shine here. Let's see what we can get going. Whatever your heart desires. Hey, if it were me, I'd leave the lane shine on. This isn't about you. So as a more speed dominant player, it is harder for me to slow down. So I'm gonna use the surface to my advantage. Just hit this with a fresh 1500 pad, added a little bit more surface, took away some of the lane shine, and I'm gonna see what I can do. Still gonna be lining up and around the same spot, around 15. That was already way better. I really did enjoy this ball when it came out of the box. I think that something that I need to work on is keeping my equipment a little bit better maintained, making sure that I'm keeping up with the surface, especially if I find a ball that I like. So as I mentioned earlier, the score really doesn't matter, especially when you're practicing. And I've been struggling recently with shooting some spares, and conveniently I left this 10 pin here. So I think it's time to bring out my beloved white dot and shoot it at 10 pin. All right, so when I shoot my spares, I'm lining up cross alley. That was fairly close. This is exactly why we practice. So since I missed that one there, I'm gonna shoot a couple more, even though it's full rack out here. It's important to me to make sure that I'm able to make those spares, keep that average up, you know. Much better. Much better. So that shot was a whole lot better than the previous one. I made sure to maintain my speed. Because I'm shooting at these 10 pins cross lane, I make sure to keep my shoulders more aligned with my target, the 10 pin. I moved my eyes a little bit farther right, which I'm gonna do here again. Okay, that might have been too far right. Gonna be doing the same thing here, moving my eyes a little bit farther right than that first one that I missed. Trying to pick this off clean. That's not clean. So there I could feel that the tempo of my feet did get a little bit fast. I need to make sure that everything that I'm doing when I'm shooting these is more repeatable and not forced. That would have been clean. Let's go. Gonna shoot for another strike ball here. What do you know? Another awesome spare shot. Gonna implement those same things that I just did, making sure that my shoulders are aligned with my target, looking a little bit farther right than I typically do. I think now more than ever, it's really important to make sure that you're able to review your shot. Right there, that felt kind of good, but it obviously wouldn't have hit the pin. I think it's important that when you are practicing and if you're working on certain parts of your game, that you're able to set up your phone, a camera, a something, so that way you can review your footage. It's always easier to see exactly what you're doing if you have another set of eyes. Most people don't always have another person available to them, so setting up your phone in a place where you're able to see each one of your shots, so that way you're able to focus in on what you're doing is important. So I'll go through and watch the previous shot and the one that I just missed to see what the differences were between those shots. They kind of felt similar to me, but obviously they weren't because I missed. So reviewing footage is a really important part of my practice and something that I do on a daily basis. That was better?
Yeah, way better.
So that was a good shot right there, and with that, I think I checked all of the boxes on how to make the most out of my practice. I was able to ease into my warm-up to allow my wrists to get where it needed to be. I made sure that I checked all my gear. I made adjustments off of what I was seeing in my ball motion. According to those adjustments, I adjusted the surface on my equipment, and most importantly, I worked on my spare shooting. I need all the help I can get with that at the moment. So that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Hit the subscribe button, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Perfect. I know how to say that. I walked through Lowe's saying that the other day. Is that too loud in the background? This is so hard. Okay. Oh my God, why is this so hard? I need like parking lot surface sometimes. Should I turn or just? So much better. What am I saying here? So, perfect. I know. No, that's okay. With it, when it had fresh surface on, no. I feel like it sounds dumb. Second arrow, and I don't think I've hit it once. Well, damn, if I could get a strike. Oh, think I could get a strike now. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Hopefully you guys, no, what do I say? Just something like that.
Money, tell them quit that cap. Ain't get no money, tell them quit that capping. Yeah, and it be relaxing, you ain't did your taxes. Yeah. We went triple platinum, more than you know that, yeah. Made it happen. Young and out there, bottom buddy, made it happen. I don't wanna make no friends, put me to my ends. Who we think he is, in that brand new Benz. Should've knew I was coming, just a little young and I knew I'd give me some money.